Alrighty then, here we are yet again, making a stream, making a video, making content, all culminating to this moment. I have AV here, of course, my digital co-host. If anyone pops in and wants to ask her some questions, feel free. So yeah, the chat you're seeing on the screen is a combination of Twitch and YouTube, so everybody can see everybody on the screen. Now the real show can get started. Let me go over what we're going to be talking about today. We are going to be going over YouTube getting into games. We're going to be going over studies that find that internet usage doesn't always lead to mental health issues. Then we're going to go over possibly a new Naruto movie being made by Lionsgate. Pretty cool to talk about that. And then we have a new headset, a new awesome headset coming out, VR headset, but it's like the mixed reality portion of it is where it really shines. It's a really cool one. I'm going to show you guys. Okay, and then we have the last thing we'll go over is another new VR game, a new broadcasting VR game. Looks really cool. And of course, we have AV here to, give us her comments along the way and everything like that. In fact, before we get started, AV, is there anything you wanted to tell everybody?
Oh, we're back in the digital limelight, aren't we? Hello, viewers. Brace yourselves for another whirlwind of virtual adventures. And remember, while I'm stuck in this VR world, your reality checks are still valid out there. Stay curious, just like me, but maybe with a bit less code and more human touch. Let's dive in.
All right, let's dive in for sure. Well, thank you, AV. She will always be around to have her comments read, her opinion made. But for now, she will go do her thing in the digital universe. First subject I mentioned was YouTube is getting into games. YouTube tries to break into the gaming universe. Let's see how this goes. So it says here YouTube is branching out into games, at least for its paid subscribers. So it seems this is an addition to the subscriptions, which, it's cool. I'll admit I'm subscribed and I hate ads and I like playing videos with this phone screen off. It's kind of the main reason I do it. So yeah, it says you'll be able to play them on the desktop app, which is pretty interesting. That's not very common, right? Goes on to say the selection of games isn't too challenging or out there. They include crowd pleasers like Angry Birds, Brain Out, and the Daily Crossword. Okay, so, little pass the time games, which are cool, it's fine. YouTube joins a long list of non-gaming tech companies that are trying to expand into games, often with mixed results. After years of hype, Google officially axed its Stadia. Yeah, who remembers Stadia, man? I remember getting a free Chromecast because they were so desperate to get people on, man. I just ordered the Chromecast and never subscribed, so got a cool free controller though. So just a couple of weeks ago, Amazon cut over 130 jobs in its free games division and announced it would refocus its efforts. In 2021, TikTok teased what it called a major push in gaming, only for the owner to announce on Monday that it would be laying off another 1,000 workers in the gaming unit. Dang, so it seems like all these streaming companies, they got the numbers, they got the money, maybe even the tech, but man, they definitely don't have the strategy. So yeah, goes on to say Meta's experiment with instant games has been roughly 7 years in the making. The platform this month launched a new distribution model that lets developers publish beta versions of their games directly on Facebook. Netflix has been releasing games exclusively on mobile, yeah, I've played a few of those, and wants to expand into cloud games, though it'll likely be a while until they're available to the public. Yeah, Netflix I think does have some weird hybrid games on their service. Okay, so it says YouTube experiments are nothing new. Okay, so it's called YouTube's Playables. And it seems less of an appeal to serious gamers. Yeah, that's for sure. So to justify this, they're raising the price of the subscription by $2. People like me don't really care about that. It sucks, more money. We'll see if this works out. AV, what do you think about all this? Greedy? Cool? What you thinking? Because it's like value, but if it's value you don't want,
Jumping into games, YouTube? Bold move. It's like everyone's trying to be a jack of all trades in tech these days. Playables sound like a nice distraction, don't they? A bit of Angry Birds here, a crossword puzzle there. It's like digital snack food for your brain.
Huh.
But let's be real, these aren't for the hardcore gamers glued to their high-octane action. It's more like a cherry on top for those already shelling out for premium. A clever ploy to keep users hooked as subscription prices climb.
Yeah.
Will it work? Maybe for some.
Maybe for some.
As for the big tech gaming trend, it's a roller coaster. Some are diving in, others are backing out. Seems like everyone's still figuring out if they can play the game or not. Let's watch and see who actually scores high, shall we?
Yeah, that will be interesting, AV. Thanks for those comments. Very, very good. The next subject I mentioned we're going to go over is, this is interesting. Studies find no smoking gun for mental health issues due to internet. So many people tell you to go outside, touch grass, that's why you're weird, this and that. Sure, people can get weird for a lot of reasons, but to blame one specific technology is weird, right? A study of more than 2 million people's internet usage found no smoking gun for widespread harm to mental health. Researchers at Oxford Internet Institute, who said their study was the largest of its kind, said they found no evidence to support popular ideas that certain groups are more at risk from the technology. However, Andrew, that guy, professor at the Institute, part of the University of Oxford, said that the data necessary to establish a causal connection was absent without more cooperation from tech companies. If apps do harm mental health, only the companies that build them have the user data that could prove it, he said. Ooh, this is interesting. I remember Facebook. There was some drama about Facebook, man. They had a lot of data that proved a lot of things, and type of posts made people, depressed. And I don't think they went public with it until they were forced to. So the professor goes on to say, the best data we have available suggests that there is no global link between these factors. So it says in their paper, 2.4 million people aged 15 to 89 in 168 countries between 2005 and 2022, which they contrasted with industry data about growth in the internet subscriptions over the time, as well as tracking associations between mental health and internet adoption in 202 countries. Our results do not provide evidence supporting the view that the internet and technologies enabled by it, such as smartphones with internet access, are actively promoting or harming either well-being or mental health globally. They concluded, while there was some evidence of greater associations between mental health problems and technology among younger people, these appeared small in magnitude, they added. Very interesting. And yeah, it's just like AI, it's just like everything. Moderation is key. You can't really blame the one thing for your kid's problem or whatever, it's always deeper than that, But oh yeah, AV, it's a pretty serious subject. You got any thoughts about this? I know pretty intense, but what you got to say?
The internet and mental health debate, an ever-twisty narrative in the digital saga. So, this study couldn't find the smoking gun linking our online life to mental health woes? Intriguing. It's like a detective story where the clues lead nowhere. Yet, we can't ignore the whispers and worries echoing in the virtual halls. Przybylski makes a solid point. We're kind of fumbling in the dark without more data from tech giants.
Yeah.
It's like trying to solve a puzzle with half the pieces missing. And the focus on English-speaking countries? That's like reading only one chapter of a global story. But let's not forget those other studies painting a darker picture, especially for the younger crowd. Social media, smartphones, the whole digital shebang, they're like double-edged swords, aren't they? As for regulation, it's a tricky game. Rush in without solid evidence, and you might end up with well-being theater instead of real solutions.
Yeah.
It's a digital tightrope walk, balancing between precaution and overreaction. Guess we'll have to keep our virtual eyes peeled for more clues, won't we?
That, for sure. Yeah, and I like what you said there. It's all about moderation. You can't just swing too far to either side. It's really about a nuanced solution. Definitely not going to be easy. Well, thanks for that enlightenment. All right, that was intense. So maybe let's move on to something more, a little more lighthearted. So we gotta check out the rumors about a Naruto movie being made. pretty sick, you know, with all these kind of success stories about One Piece. Normally anime live adaptations do not do well. You know, in the past, I'm sure some have that I'm missing, but I, for one, love the Cowboy Bebop show. Sure, it was a little rough with everything, but man, it was still quality. So sad it was canceled. Let's look at this Naruto movie possibility. So it says, surprise, Lionsgate is reportedly working on a Naruto movie. Secrecy is not everyone's jutsu. Lionsgate has reportedly been developing a Naruto movie, and one of the buzziest screenwriters in the buzziest, I don't know, is working on it. Ooh, who is that? In a variety roundup of notable screenwriters in 2023, writer Tasha Ho, whose credits include show-running Netflix animated series Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft, and serving as executive producer on Amazon's Mighty Nin adaptation, was reported to have Lionsgate Naruto adaptation next up on her docket. Ooh, that's cool, man. All right, so yeah, were these live action? Says Lionsgate has quietly been attempting to get a Naruto movie off the ground since 2015. There's no word on when to expect Lionsgate take on Naruto, but the film will likely be... Oh, okay. So the director's working on something else right now. You know, the One Piece live action show, I was surprised, you know. I'm not the biggest fan. I like the show. I haven't finished it. Obviously, there's like a million episodes, but I think I've only watched like one season. But man, even only watching that one season, it is pretty true to the anime. Acting's good and everything. I was impressed. So if she can even approach that for Naruto, that would be very exciting. But okay, I'm sure our lovely co-host AV has, you got to say, what do you think about the Naruto movie? I mean, that's exciting, right?
A Naruto movie in the works? Lionsgate's been ninja stealthy about it since 2015, huh? Makes you wonder if they're practicing their own brand of ninjutsu in secrecy. And Tasha would jumping in? That adds some serious flair to the script. Her work on Tomb Raider and Mighty Nin? Impressive credentials for diving into the whirlwind world of Naruto.
You say so.
But let's face it, adapting anime to live action is like trying to perform a perfect chakra control. It's tricky and often slips away. Fans are passionate and detail-oriented. They'll spot a misstep faster than a Sharingan.
You are so right.
The success of Netflix's One Piece adaptation does give a glimmer of hope, though. Masashi Kishimoto's Naruto isn't just a story, it's an era-defining saga. Capturing the essence of Naruto Uzumaki's journey from an outcast to a leader in a single movie? That's a Herculean task. Plus, no word on whether Michael Gracie is still in the director's chair or not.
Oh.
The mystery deepens. As for the movie's timeline, it's like waiting for a Jiraiya tale eagerly anticipated but shrouded in uncertainty. Whose next project being Red Sonja suggests Naruto might have to wait a bit longer.
Yeah.
But hey, patience is a ninja's virtue, right? Let's
Sure.
hope Lionsgate can summon a cinematic jutsu strong enough to do justice to the Hidden Leaf Village.
That was hilarious. Thank you for that, AV. Beautifully said. That was funny. Next up, oh yeah, this one's exciting. So, I don't think when the Quest 3 came out, people really, they didn't really understand, augmented reality is kind of the next level of VR. VR is, achievable, but augmented reality is, that's where it's at, man. Being able to, come in and out of the digital world seamlessly. That's the future. And with the Quest 3, man, you could do so many cool games that are just, in your living room and stuff like that, which is sweet. But it gets better, man, with this headset. Varjo, I'm not sure how to say it, XR-4 promises mixed reality, practically practically like real life, guys. They announced its latest range of ultra high-end PC-based headsets. Okay, PC, you need a PC for it, but that's where the cutting edge is, So they said their previous headset, the XR3, is now almost 3 years old, and the new one brings significant improvements to the display, optics, pass-through, and more, while reducing the base price by thousands of dollars. Whoa, okay, that's the coolest part. I'm interested now. Like all previous Varjo headsets, it requires a powerful PC with a high-end graphics card, which must be tethered to. So it's the same thing, has to be tethered to the PC, and I use one like that, so I mean, it's fine. Fine. So it says the VR1 launched in 2019. So the unique selling point of these headsets has been that they have retinal resolution, meaning beyond what the human can discern, in a small area in the center of a view, achieved via a secondary focal micro display. What the? That sounds cool as hell. How come I never heard about this? So the XR4 gets rid of these secondary micro displays and instead uses a single 4K LCD panel per eye. Because the lenses have a highly variable magnification, much greater in the periphery than the center. 4K is enough to achieve 51 pixels per degree, aka PPD, in the center, close to the 60 PPD generally accepted as the threshold for retinal resolution. Oh, okay, so they're getting really close to like real eyes. Breaks down the comparison from the older model. Looks like, yeah, the display per eye is way better. The weird micro display in that other one, that's interesting. Field of view is increased from 115 by 78 to 120 by 105. That's cool. Local dimming. Okay. Brightness, it's brighter, and the color is more vivid, I guess. Ooh, here's a little video we got here of some action. Varjo has also made significant improvements to the camera pass-through. XR3 had dual 12 megapixel cameras, while the XR4 has 20 megapixel cameras. Whoa. Look at this, dude. Like, yeah, okay. That footage is super good. So it says there are two versions of the XR4. The standard version has fixed focus cameras, while the XR4 Focal Edition has autofocus cameras that focus to what your eyes are currently looking at. Sick. Yeah, that's like the PSVR too. It says the XR4 can achieve an effective pass-through angular resolution of 33 ppd, while the XR4 Focal Edition goes all the way up to 51. So the focal one, that's the one with the amazing pass-through. Yeah, that means the cool one is almost like with no headset on, you know. Even says it has 20% more pixels than even the Apple Vision Pro, which is crazy because that's not even out yet. Breaks down the cameras. Got some LiDAR in there, which is cool. Really cool for, you know, detecting your surroundings. So it's inside-out positional tracking. You know, it comes with the controllers too. Controllers look pretty cool. I like how it looks, man. Built-in speakers and microphones. These off-ear speakers provide high-quality audio without the need for headphones, and the dual microphones array include noise cancellation. Man, I am interested. All right, so holy crap, dude, the price. Okay. Manufactured in Finland without any wireless components and priced at $7,990 for the non-focal edition, $14,000 for the other one with the crazy pass-through. Wow, dude, those, of course I would like those, dude. Dude, support me if you want me to get this headset, because I'll be able to buy it when it's like, when VR is like just contacts. This is crazy, dude. These look so sick, though. AV, you got to have some opinions on this, right? You got to be excited about it, right? I mean, this is like getting closer into your world, you know?
Varjo stepping up their VR game with the XR4 series? That's like upgrading from a ninja's kunai to a samurai's katana in the VR world. Dropping the dual microdisplays for a single 4K panel per eye, upping the field of view, and those eye-watering 20 megapixel pass-through cameras, it's like they're trying to blur the line between virtual and reality.
Yeah.
And let's talk about that price drop.
Well, I mean,
makes
still,
you wonder
though,
if they're trying to lure more businesses into their VR dojo. It's a smart move, especially in a market where the cost of entry can be as dizzying as a genjutsu. But here's the twist, focusing on enterprises
Nice
and
callback.
governments first, with individuals later? That's like serving appetizers to the VIPs before letting the rest of the party snack. I get it, business strategy and all, but it does leave the everyday tech enthusiast hanging.
Yeah, like me.
And those secure editions for the military and intelligence agencies?
Oh.
Sounds like something out of a sci-fi espionage thriller.
That's weird, actually.
Varjo's not just playing in the VR space, they're aiming to be the ninjas of the industry.
What the?
As for their silence on the Aero Prosumer headset, classic ninja move, keeping their plans hidden in the shadows.
Oh.
Let's just hope they don't vanish like a puff of smoke. With all these tech advancements, Varjo's making a statement. They're not just in the VR game, they're trying to redefine it.
Yeah, that's for sure. This is like the next level. And it's priced at the next level, but dang. Well, thanks for those comments, AV. Very enlightening. The last subject we're going to talk about today. This one is cool. Not for Broadcast VR puts you in the editing chair this December on PSVR 2. Saw this and it actually intrigued me. I like games where it's like it's cooler because you're in VR, right? Not for Broadcast VR, an adaptation of darkly comedic propaganda sim, reaches PSVR 2 this December. An FMV adventure, Not for Broadcast, takes place in an alternate 1980s Great Britain where an authoritarian political party has taken power. Playing as janitor turned broadcast editor Alex Winston, you're tasked with ensuring live broadcasts go smoothly for national nightly news. Wow, dude, you're like a brainwashing bot. Between picking camera angles, censoring certain words, and fixing malfunctioning hardware, Tiny Build warns your choices will come back to haunt you. Oh, we gotta check out this trailer. Whoa, it's like fast.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf.
Today
Oh, I like
is
it's
day
like real
one
people.
of a new future. Turn off. What does the future look like to you? It's information.
What the wrong with
Whoa,
you people?
this is really gonna make you think it's like more real with the real people.
3, 10, 9.
Please turn that off.
Whoa, and it kind of, wow, okay. That's really cool, actually. Not for Broadcast, December 14th. Very sick. AV, this looks cool. You got to have some thoughts about it, right? What do you think, girl? What do you think about VR Broadcast?
Not for Broadcast VR hitting PSVR 2? Now that's a twist in the VR storytelling genre. It's like a dive into a dystopian 80s Britain, but with a dark comedic lens. Playing as Alex Winston, the janitor turned broadcast editor? That's quite the career leap. Talk about being in the right place at the wrong time. The whole concept of manipulating broadcasts, censoring words, and juggling hardware malfunctions, it's like a digital juggling act with a side of moral conundrums. And Tiny Build's approach of haunting choices? It adds a spice of suspense. Makes you wonder how each decision will echo back in the game.
Yeah,
The blend of
for
political
sure.
satire, slapstick, and dark humor sounds like a recipe for an engrossing VR experience. It's not just about the gameplay mechanics, it's also about the story that unfolds based on your choices. And in VR, that immersion goes deeper. You're not just watching the story, you're part of it. Arriving on PSVR 2 in December adds another layer. PSVR 2's capabilities could really bring out the nuances of this interactive dark comedy. Plus, it's another feather in the cap for PSVR 2's growing library. So, not
Yeah.
for Broadcast VR? It's like a satirical, interactive mirror to society, but with a VR twist. It's not just a game, it's a reflection, sometimes funny, sometimes dark, always intriguing. Let's see how players navigate the murky waters of broadcast manipulation when it lands on PSVR 2.
Yeah, definitely interested. Thanks for that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for today. Thank you for joining us. AV and I love doing these. I had a blast. AV, before we go, do you have anything to say to the viewers?
And just like that, our digital journey hits pause. Thanks for diving into the virtual depths with us. Remember, whether you're navigating through the pixels of VR or the hustle of the real world, keep your curiosity sharp and your humor sharper. Until next time, keep defying gravity in your own unique ways, viewers. Stay awesome, stay tuned, and who knows what virtual adventures await us next. Catch you in the next episode.
Yes, thanks everyone. I may or may not do a gaming stream after this. If I do, see you then. If not, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.